The challenge with so many salespeople is they don't know what they don't know. So I was golfing with a guy several days ago, and after about 8 holes, I noticed this, he was hitting the ball all over the place. His putting was terrible. I didn't criticize him, of course, but I asked him, have you been taking lessons from the pro here? And he said, I've been playing golf for 35 years. Why would I take lessons? He needed it. And so it's the same thing with salespeople. We are like corporate athletes. If you watch professional athletes, they practice 5 days a week to get ready for game time, right? On Saturday or Sunday. Aren't we the same? We are always the best salespeople, the best sales reps are like corporate athletes. We are always fine tuning, trying to get better and better and better at what we do. Let me pop back to the professional athletes. They're the best athletes in the world. And yet they're constantly practicing, working with coaches to fine tune it. And that's exactly what I provide in these training sessions. It's how can we get you from good to great? That's the difference when you realize I really do need some help. I'm not sure exactly where, but I do need some help. And you're willing to invest the time, not spend. You're willing to invest the time to go to a training day or 2 days or whatever it's going to take for your team. So 6 months ago, I was conducting consultative selling, a webinar, and there was a gentleman sitting back with his arms folded. So I said, hey, Jim, tell me, what's on your mind? What do you want to learn from this session today in consultative selling? He said, listen, Neil, I've been in sales 20 years. I pretty much know everything there is to know. So I'm probably not going to learn much from you. I will be polite and I'll be professional and I'll just sit here. He had never learned, come to find out, about consultative selling. So he called me the following week and he said, I was on an appointment with a prospect I've called on for 5 years and never got a nickel of business. And I thought, what the heck? Let me try this consultative selling stuff. I started asking her questions like you taught me. Tell me about your business. What are the challenges? What are the goals? He said, we had the best conversation we've ever had. She ended up placing an order for $50,000. And after that, he asked her, why? You've never done business with me. Why today? She said, you always came in to pitch a product that I never needed. This time you asked me about my needs and my goals and my challenges and what I need for my business. And when I answered you, you actually had a solution. He said, Neil, I'm a raving fan of consultative selling now. And he was. And he's become a raving fan of mine and keeps in touch with me regularly. So these success stories are what I'd like to bring to your company. And the way we do that is either a 1 or 2 day in-person training session. You tell me where, at your location, your office, a hotel, whatever works for you. And these sessions are highly collaborative. This is not Neil Wood talking for 8 hours. I can make sure that you're engaged and we're talking about things that really matter to you. And when you leave that seminar, you are so high with confidence and solutions and ideas and stories that you feel it was definitely worth your time. So I'll share with you what my process is. I sit down with a number of salespeople that the director of sales will give me. I sit down about 3 to 4 weeks before the training begins, and I want to find out what the challenges are, what the goals are, what's working, what isn't working, because I want to design a training session based exactly on your needs. I do not do cookie cutter training sessions. I want to make sure I understand your company, your goals, and what are the challenges, so we can address that when we have the 1 or 2 day training sessions, which are highly collaborative. Because my mission is this: I want you to leave the training sessions brimming with confidence, feeling that we covered all the things that were really holding you back from sales, and have you walk away with success stories, sales ideas, examples, a number of other things, maybe perhaps dealing with objections. So when you walk out, you're saying to each other, that was definitely worth our time. That was definitely worth our time. A lot of people ask me, what's the itinerary? Can you give me a basic idea of what we're going to cover? What we're going to cover is exactly what has come up in my discussions with Discovery, with the sales reps that work on your team, the national sales manager, director of sales, whomever I'm going to talk to 3 weeks before. And then I'll give you an itinerary based on those needs, as well as based on what you're trying to accomplish. Are you trying to become better at consultative selling, presentation skills, dealing with objections, positioning statements, so that when someone asks you, what do you do? Everybody in the company should know exactly what your company does, and you should be able to say that with 1 or 2 minutes. So those are just a host of things I've done training sessions on, but I got to tell you, it all depends on what your needs are. I'm here for you. I'm trying to look at value through the eyes of the buyer, and I want to make sure that you are completely satisfied, and again, brimming with confidence when you leave, that this was definitely worth your time. Customers I serve best are really those with sales teams, and it could be BDRs, AEs, SDRs, sales reps, of anywhere between 15 to 35 people. Because then I can provide real, deep down, personalized service. And so some of you are sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, the last time I looked into sales training with this national trading company, it was over $100,000. I don't do that. I don't need to do that. All right, I have really honed it down to keep it within most budgets. So don't let price get in the way, because I'm not like your typical national sales training company with tremendous overhead, and you don't need to spend $100,000 to get excellent quality training. That's what I do. So I welcome you to look below at the link, sign up on my Calendly if that's easier, or simply send an email to me to set up a Zoom session. And let's learn more about your company, your goals, your challenges, your budget, and anything else that's really important to you. If it's important to you, it's important to me. I really appreciate you watching all these videos, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Thank you.